Let's fill your face, why don't you?
Yeah. Somebody come over.
It would go in the bin.
I know, but I couldn't speak
Because you filled your face with
no, but
blackjack.
I did that. Pretend I was eating.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're just pretending you were eating with that.
No, well, right, okay, start again.
Acting.
Okay, we'll start again. Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know us and you're new to the channel, my name's Julie.
And I'm not.
And stop nicking other people's faces. You do look a bit like him. And this is Andy.
Mm-hmm.
We've just been to the Titanic
Exhibition.
Yeah.
In P&J in Aberdeen.
Yeah, it's really hard actually to have videoed it how we wanted to because it was really busy. So unfortunately, it's going to be probably just showing you the footage and it's going to be over music. But it was really interesting. We've just stopped off for a drink and we've already eaten it.
I've had a bite.
And the baby's already eaten it.
I mean, I've already eaten it. What about yours? And I bought some of this lovely soap. Which is, smells ace.
It really is. If only you could have smelly vision. It really is beautiful. I can't wait to try it out. I'm going to have a shower in that. So, but...
It says Titanic on it. Even, yeah, it looks like it's the wrong way around on your camera.
Yes, it is, because that's how it is. It's videos like that. But
Sniff before we go back in the box.
Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's lemongrass and petulia. Now, I always remembered when bikers used petulia oil, it always used to be really over the top. But this is like, it's really nice. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to be looking for some of this stuff in a perfume type version. So, but yep. So hope you enjoy what we're going to be putting on.
We'll show you.
And watch to the end of the video because.
Oh yeah, still got these things on. Never used them much, did we?
No.
We're too busy just sort of reading everything and you know, because it's kind of like when you're in there, obviously you're aware of how big a disaster it was and what happened to the people, and you know, when you're just trying to it's quite atmospheric as you're going around, but you get a chance to experience some bits. I even sit in one of the second class passenger chairs, which we did. You'll see.
What I enjoyed was seeing the stories of the people that survived, listening to their stories, and it just makes me want to sort of like research and look on for more like footage of the survivors.
We need to go to Belfast and go see the Titanic thing that we've got over there.
But apparently did they not say that this was better than...
This was more interactive.
More interactive, right. Okay. Right.
But anyway, we shall find out when we go there, won't we? But
yeah.
No, it was, thinking, obviously we're in 2026 now, and that was 1912. So 114 years ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. So
watch to the end because we have some news to tell you all. Andy's looking like he don't know what it is. Happening in 2 weeks' time.
Right.
15 days. 15 days. So I'm quite excited. Right, okay, so I hope you enjoy the footage that we've got.
And see you in the next one.
Right, okay, bye.
As the mighty RMS Titanic prepared to leave the docks of Southampton on April 10th, 1912, excitement filled the air. Crowds gathered, waving farewell to loved ones, as the largest and most luxurious ship ever built began her maiden voyage. Known as the unsinkable ship, the Titanic stood as a symbol of human ambition and engineering brilliance. With over 2,200 passengers and crew on board, she set sail for New York City, carrying dreams, hopes, and stories from all walks of life. But beneath the celebration and grandeur, this historic journey would soon become one of the most remembered tragedies in history. Around 14,000 to 15,000 workers were involved in building Titanic at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast. This included shipbuilders and steelworkers, riveters who hammered in millions of rivets, closing parentheses, engineers and designers, electricians, carpenters and painters. It was one of the biggest industrial projects of its time. Official records show 8 workers died during the construction of Titanic. However, there were hundreds of injuries. Safety standards were much lower than today. Some historians believe the true number of deaths may have been slightly higher, but 8 is the commonly accepted figure. Behind the grandeur of the RMS Titanic stood the men responsible for her fate, led by Captain Edward Smith, a seasoned commander on his final voyage. At his side, officers like William McMaster, Murdoch, and Charles Lightler, trained, disciplined, ready for anything. Below deck, engineers, firemen, and crew worked tirelessly, keeping the great ship alive as she crossed the Atlantic. They were the guardians of over 2,200 souls, trusted, respected, bound by duty. But on one fateful night, even experience, training, and courage could not outrun destiny. Jenny was the ship's cat aboard the RMS Titanic, and her story has become one of the most haunting little legends tied to the ship. Who was Jenny? Jenny was a working cat, kept on Titanic to control rats and mice, very common on ships back then. She lived in the ship's galley kitchen. She had a litter of kittens on board, and crew members helped care for them. Her caretaker, a crew member named Jim Mulholland Stoker. Firemen reportedly looked after Jenny and her kittens, snaking them scraps of food.
How are we both?
What's up?
Wonderful. Second class. What's your favourite drink, sir?
Whiskey.
Whiskey. It's getting cold outside, isn't it? You need to
You
warm
need that.
yourself up.
Absolutely.
As you should, sir. And yourself?
I'm scum.
He said it, not me, sir. Said it for my own. Watch your back pocket for this one. There you are.
Thank
You
you.
enjoy.
Bye.
Before Titanic left for its maiden voyage, Jenny picked up her kittens one by one. She carried them off the ship, then refused to return. Jim Mulholland supposedly saw this and said, "That cat knows something. I'm getting off this ship." He left Titanic before it sailed. At the heart of the great ship stood a masterpiece, the grand staircase of the RMS Titanic, where elegance met ambition. The first-class lounge aboard the RMS Titanic was designed as a peaceful, place for relaxation away from the bustle of the ship. What it was like, decorated in a light, airy Edwardian style, unlike the darker grand staircase, featured white paneled walls giving it a soft, refined feel. Comfortable armchairs and sofas arranged for quiet conversation, a beautiful rug, fireplace adding warmth and a homely touch, large windows bringing in natural light from the sea. A first-class dining saloon aboard the RMS Titanic was one of the largest and most luxurious restaurants at sea built, to rival the finest hotels in the world. Guests enjoyed multi-course meals, sometimes 10 courses or more. Dishes included oysters, consomme, salmon, roast meats, lamb, duck, rich desserts and cheeses, served by a full team of waiters in formal attire. The reading and writing room aboard the RMS Titanic was one of the most refined and peaceful spaces on the ship, designed especially for first-class women. Deep beneath the decks, hidden from the world above, the swimming pool of the RMS Titanic, a place of luxury and quiet escape. Warm waters, tiled walls, a moment of calm in a world of motion. But as the ocean rose, the line between luxury and the sea began to fade. And in the end, the water claimed it all. The second-class dining. Saloon aboard the RMS Titanic offered a high standard of comfort compared to a good hotel or restaurant on land. Meals were hearty and well prepared, including cologne soups and meats, vegetables and potatoes, puddings and desserts, not as extravagant as first class, but still impressive for the time. The third-class dining areas aboard the RMS Titanic were simple, but for many passengers, they were better than anything they had known before. Bread, soups, stews, meat and potatoes, tea and simple desserts. For many emigrants, this was a step up in quality of life. The gymnasium aboard the RMS Titanic was one of the ship's most unusual and fascinating spaces, more like an early fitness studio mixed with a bit of fun. Filled with strange mechanical exercise machines, included a mechanical horse and camel you could ride, rowing machines, exercise bicycles, a simple message written in ink, a postcard from the RMS. Titanic sent without a second thought. Dear all, the journey is wonderful. Just words, just a moment, just a life. Unaware of what lay ahead. Sometimes the smallest messages carry the deepest echo. On the night of the sinking, many passengers were actually on deck near these chairs. Some loungers were left behind in the rush or even used briefly while people waited, unsure of the danger. The iceberg that struck the RMS Titanic on the night of April 14th, 1912, became one of the most infamous objects in history the night it appeared. The sea was calm and flat, no waves. Breaking against ice, the sky was clear and full of stars. This made the iceberg harder to spot in the darkness. It was what sailors call a flat calm, dangerously deceptive. Lookouts spotted the iceberg late directly ahead. A warning bell rang and a call was made to the bridge. Orders were given to turn and reverse engines, but it was too late. The iceberg didn't smash head-on. It scraped along the side of the ship, opening multiple sections. Water began flooding in below the waterline. This slow, fatal damage sealed Titanic's fate. What the iceberg was like? Only a small part was visible above water. The majority massive and hidden beneath the surface, likely carried down from Greenland into the North Atlantic shipping lanes. Many passengers barely felt it. Some described it as a gentle shudder, but below deck, the ship was already doomed. The sinking of the RMS Titanic is one of the most haunting events in history unfolding. Over 2 hours and 40 minutes on the night of April 14th to 15th, 1912, after the iceberg. Water flooded the lower compartments, the ship's designers realized it could not stay afloat. Yet many passengers were still unaware of the danger. Lifeboats were prepared, but they were not enough for everyone. Orders, women and children first, confusion, disbelief, and growing fear. Lifeboats lower. One by one, boats were lowered into the freezing Atlantic. Many left half empty early on. The band reportedly played to keep people calm. The final moments. The bow fronts slipped beneath the water. The stern back lifted high into the air. The ship broke apart under immense pressure then. The final plunge. Hundreds were left in the freezing water. The temperature was below zero, or only a small number were rescued by lifeboats. Over 1,500 lives were lost. The last surviving person from the RMS Titanic died in 2009. Who was she? Milvina Dean, born in 1912. Just weeks before Titanic sailed. She was only 9 weeks old when she was on board. Her story. She and her family were third-class passengers. Her mother and brother survived. Sadly, her father did not. Final years. Milvina Dean passed away on the 31st of May 2009, aged 97. She was the last living link to the Titanic disaster. The wreck of the RMS Titanic was discovered in 1985. The Discovery Dart, found on September 1st, 1985, located about 12,500 feet, 3,800 meters, below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. Dart, around 370 miles off the coast of Newfoundland. Canada, who found it, led by oceanographer Robert Ballard, working with a French team including Jean-Louis Michel. The ship was found in 2 main pieces, bow and stern separated, surrounded by a vast debris field, remarkably preserved in the deep, dark ocean.
Just squeezed all the air out of it.
Yeah. Soaps, smells amazing. From the White Star soap makers, original. $7.99 a bar. Cheese and grapefruit. That's not nice. This one got petunia and lemongrass. Oh, that's amazing. Oh.
From cobbled streets to hidden bays, we follow wonder all the way. Where the curious explore.
That's me.
There we are. There we are.
There we go, Andrew, do your salute. Right-handed, right-handed.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right.
Right, thank you.
We're the two curious